It's whoa. Whoa. It's the illusion reporting from somewhere on space. Oh, wait, I forgot to do this. Whoa, it's the illusion reporting from somewhere on spaceship Earth for a sober Wednesday. Sober Wednesday for the holiday hustle. Holiday hustle, sober Wednesday. This is when people seem to need the help, dude. Although I was never a one who tripped out on holidays as a reason to get pickled, but plenty of people do. I go join up with your family, get hammered, and yell at each other about things, dude. What's going on, Dan Z? Free as a bird, Sigmund Afuno, David Koresh. David Koresh crushing it. And yeah, that's sober Wednesday for you, dude. We gotta handle these things, dude. So as usual with the sober Wednesday, what do we do, dude? Do we open it up with the serenity prayer? I think we open it up with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and courage to change the things we can. All right, man. Bathing in the American spirit, dude. That's right, dude. Smoke them if you got them. Nah. Smoke them if you got them. Yeah, so as per usual, the preamble on this is this stream is dedicated to those who suffer so that they can realize there is a solution to their suffering, and that the suffering is getting you closer to the answer than pretending you're not suffering. So, whatever it may be, drama, anger, credit card debt, overeating, alcoholism, drug addiction, love addiction, sex addiction, porn addiction, pizza addiction, Oreo cookie addiction, whatever it is, there is a solution, man. And it's a spiritual solution, because all those things are placeholders that you put between yourself, the dark you, the person in the mirror, and a relationship with the God of your understanding. So with that said, we are going to dive into 60 minutes of holding space for anyone out there who's having a tough one. You know, you could be alone. You could be excommunicated from your families because you were a little too ham-skied, a little too pickled, or you could just be here hanging out because it's Wednesday night, dude. All the above, all are welcome. Generally, all that we ask is we take it easy on those who might actually be asking for help in the chat, so that they can find some help in the chat. So with that said, I think I generally read chapter 5 from the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, though this is not an AA meeting. This is not affiliated with AA in any way, shape, or form, though some of us have found that these 2.5 pages from the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous is an actually functioning plan to help you change your state of being to one that is in alignment with your true calling as one of God's creations. So with that said, I will read how it works on chapter 5 of the big book Alcoholics Anonymous, dude. Should I do it fired up? Should I do it fired up or deadpan? Fired up or deadpan? I feel deadpan about it, but let's how it works. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves this simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. Yes. Go give this to your mom.
Hey, when did you start this?
A minute ago, dude. Go. Yeah. Where was I? They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those too who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest with themselves. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you've decided you want what we have and are willing to go to any length to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. What's wrong? Okay. At some of these we balked. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. Nope, could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be thorough and fearless from the start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil, the big goose egg, the zero, until we let go. Absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, and powerful. Without help, it is too much for us. But here it is. Here's the whole thing. But there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Half measures availed us not. We stood at the turning point. We asked his protection and care with complete abandon. Here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. 1, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9, made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for knowledge, for his will for us, and the power to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as a result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all of our affairs. Many of us exclaimed, "What in order? I cannot go through with it." Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is that we are willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we have set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter of the agnostic, and our personal adventures before and after make clear 3 pertinent ideas. A, that we were alcoholic and could not manage our own lives. B, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. And C, that God could and would if he were sought. All right, man. There we go. There's the blueprint. Just do that. And everything will be fine, man. Seriously. It'll get it going. It'll get it going, man. It'll get it going, dude. Yeah. So here we are, dude, on the eve of the big turkey hustle, dude. the big turkey hustle. The one day of the year where everybody pretends they care about everybody's food condition. And then a lot of people realize they've really blown it. They've really blown it. And they're going to not do any turkey with anybody or anything with anybody because they've put themselves into a corner with substance abuse, man. And yeah, sucks, dude. It sucks to have put yourself in a situation where you may be sitting alone instead of I mean, you can be willingly like off doing or not participating. I get all that. But there's many people that don't actually have somewhere to go because they've burned the bridges, man. They've burned the bridges and yeah, now they're just and then there's those two who have yet to burn the bridges who will burn the bridges. There will be plenty of people who, instead of admitting their problem, admitting their powerlessness, admitting their unmanageability, will go right on into Turkey Day and get a midday pickle on and just cause a bunch of trouble. Sounds grim to me, man. Grim to me. Yeah. I got some of those under my belt, dude. Segamunafo, 27, haven't had contact with my mom in over 11 years due to alcoholism. Yeah, alcoholism's brutal, man. Alcoholism is brutal. And what's weird is these holidays are sort of alcohol heavy, dude. They really do revolve around a certain level of drinks and merriment, which for the normie can roll right on in Thanksgiving, have some drinks, pop some tops, not cause any trouble, go home, get up the next day, make nothing of it, and go about their lives, man. But the alcoholic's gonna drink everything in sight, man. And that's okay. I mean, we all gotta do what we gotta do. But yeah. So with that said, man, I don't stop burning bridges. Stop. Well, that's if you could just stop burning bridges, you wouldn't be an alcoholic. Yeah, that's the rub, dude. Yeah, well, unfortunately, dude, suck the liquor out of the carpet. Yeah. There's some weeks a tweaker stole it and he had to start drinking again, turned into an asshole again. Swamp mouse. My dad lost his dog for some weeks. A tweaker stole it. It started drinking again and turned into an asshole again. Yeah. That's any excuse, right? Any excuse. The dog's lost. The house burned down. The girl left me. The sun came up. I mean, that's all the excuse I really needed to get pickled. Like the sun came up, man. Like there's my excuse. So yeah, it doesn't take much. And that's why, like, once you've gotten over the hump and realize you're powerless and unmanageable to alcohol, and you kind of chosen to go on the path of getting yourself together, it's the easy, like, in a weird way, the hardest part of getting sober is getting sober, and the easiest part of getting sober is getting sober. I know it's a weird conundrum. Like the hardest thing you'll ever do is actually like decide to get sober and go for it. And then you'll be sober, and then you'll realize that was the easiest part of getting sober. Because maintaining your sobriety is the war. The war indeed. And so I'm trying to think of where, okay. So if you're a sober person, right, and you're going to one of these things, dude, right? That could be a group gathering. You could be young. You could be going and hanging out with a bunch of your buddies and doing a big communal Thanksgiving, or you're going to the family Thanksgiving, or the office Thanksgiving, or the work crew Thanksgiving, or whatever it is, dude. Going out to dinner Thanksgiving, whatever it is. And you get there. This is advice to how to handle a situation. The rule that I always operated by once I was sober was, if you're going into an environment where they're drinking, where there's alcohol present and people are drinking, and it's going to be like that, if you hear the same dialogue from the same person for a second time, that is the clue to leave. That is your sign that it is time to go, because that means the alcohol is kicked in, dude. And the bonus with that is, once the alcohol is kicked in, nobody's going to miss you anyhow. They're going to be busy doing what they do. So if you're in one of these situations and the same person says the same thing a second time, that is your cosmic sign to leave, dude, in any drinking environment, dude, whether it's the office party, the bar, wherever, because, we got to go out and live our lives. So we're going to be in situations where people are sucking them down, dude. And so my rule that I live by, and it was taught to me by someone else, was, whenever you're in an environment where there's people consuming alcohol, if you hear the same person say the same thing a second time, that is your clue to leave, dude. And you just leave, dude. And yeah, so that little trick will come in quite handy. And the beauty of it all is, when people are like drinking and repeating themselves, they're not going to know you left, because they don't care. They don't care. Like, that's the beauty of it, dude. They aren't going to miss you, dude. They aren't going to know. They aren't going to think that you're sober. And so I would also, so if you are like newly sober and you're going to a Thanksgiving or one of these things, you have to realize that nobody cares that you're sober. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that is in like you don't need to feel uncomfortable. You don't need to make up some excuse. You don't need to do anything, dude. You just need to go about your business and enjoy yourself, dude. And then if you hear the dialogue thing, get out while you can. It's this thing where, like, I think people think that everybody's watching what's in your glass, dude. Nobody's watching what's in your glass, dude. You don't have to drink the champagne, dude. You can make the toast and you just decline. You don't need to go into a big speech. You don't need to go, I'm sober, dude, because that's gonna make it weird. If you're newly sober and you're at the Thanksgiving table and the wine's going around or the whatever's going around, and they're like, do you want some? And you're like, no, thanks. But you're the one who normally does get the drink. You're like, no, thanks. And they go, you sure? You go, yeah, I'm totally sure. And they go, oh, that's weird. Like, what's up? And then you should have a backup reason, dude. Don't tell them you're sober, dude, because that puts everybody who isn't sober on edge, dude. And then it makes it weird. You just go, well, tomorrow I have to be at I got to pick up someone from the airport super early. That's always a good excuse on a holiday weekend. Like, nah, I'm good. I don't need any. Oh, why? You normally drink all of our alcohol at these events. Why are you not going to drink any now? And then you go, well, because I have to pick someone up at 4 a.m. at the airport. And they go, oh, duh, yeah, of course, no shit. Like, that's the thing. You just got to have a couple of these things dialed. Because, like, I think what most people in early sobriety want to do in any of these events is somewhat announce it in a weird way. I know it sounds weird, but because it's like, yeah, I'm sober, but you don't want to do that. Because once you get sober, for real sober, it it's just something that doesn't come up. Like, I have never, I mean, maybe I'm an anomaly because I'm just me, but I've never had to be like, no, I'm good because I'm sober, dude. I don't, I just don't care, you know? And so yeah. And it goes the same thing if you're an overeater or you're allergic to the sugar or whatever it is, dude, you just go, no, thank you. And leave it at that. And that's generally all you got to do. I think people are like super. I think this is something I learned in getting sober. People are afraid to say no. Like, it's weird. People are like afraid to say no, dude. Like, to anything. And you're allowed to say no. Like, practice saying no to stuff, dude. Just go no. It doesn't need it to go any further than NO. No, I'm good. And no one's gonna hang out. No one's the person pouring the wine's not gonna hang out because there's other people that need the wine, dude. You get what I'm saying? All you gotta do is go, no, I'm good. And they go, all right, and they go to the next one, dude. Or just it's super simple. And trust me, these environments usually have kids, so just go get the Martinelli sparkling apple cider for your thing. Just drink the sparkling apple cider. Don't do the near beer, dude. Like, that's one advice I will give out to on these sober events. Don't show up with non-alcoholic beer. Just don't do that to yourself, dude. Like, it's participating in the same mental exercise, dude. And it's weird. And it's gross. And it's again, it's like that thing. It's like, why would you eat it? If you're a vegan, why would you eat a tofurkey? Why would you eat something that looks like meat? I've never understood that one. Like, in my own weird thing, is like, why would you want a vegetarian hot dog? It's a meat thing. Why would you want a tofu? Dude, I forgot it's the season of the tofurkey, dude. I remember, man. I went to I was at my friend's house, and she's a gnarly vegan, but she's a cool vegan. She's not an in your face vegan, dude. She's just does her own thing vegan, and she made up a tofurkey, dude. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna try it, dude. I'm gonna try it, dude. I've been avoiding tofurkey my whole life, dude. I'm gonna try it. So I was like, oh, I'll have some tofurkey. Like, right on, dude. Sure, I'll give it a try, dude. It was the grossest thing I have ever eaten in my entire life. I mean, bro. So, those of you who make fun of the vegans, just have a little mercy on them too this holiday season, dude. They're eating tofurkeys, dude. And if you've ever tried a tofurkey, it is the grossest thing possibly consumable. And it looks so fake too. That was like, and I remember just sitting there with the thing is like, why would you want something that looks like a dead bird? Anyhow, if you were a vegan, it's very weird, dude. It's a very weird thing. So the equivalent to that for an alcoholic is non-alcoholic beer. Is to like, oh, I gotta go, and so I'm gonna drink non-alcoholic beer, dude. I gotta. No, dude. Just it's you know what it is. It's mentally. you're activating all the axons and muscle memories of actually consuming alcohol. Like that's why that stuff's made, by the way. You know that like the non-alcoholic beer is made to get you drinking again, right? It's not for sober people. Sober people aren't rolling with non-alcoholic beers. Or I think I saw a thing the other day or recently with it was as non-alcoholic tequila. So you can mix margaritas and stuff, and it tastes like tequila, which is just like, oh, well, why would you want to subject yourself to tequila without the buzz, dude? I don't get it, dude. Yeah, they got that. So don't do that to yourself, because what you're doing underneath the surface is you're mentally drinking. You may be physically not drinking, but mentally you are. And again, it's a disease of mind, body, and soul, right? So you gotta like realize that all of these components need to be working soberly together. So physically, the act of drinking non-alcoholic beer is physically like an unsober action, right? Or is that mental? Like physical would be the interaction with your body, but like you're also physically moving the muscles to drink the beer and swallow and all that stuff. So you got to be real careful out there, especially these, because it's easy to get tricked. And it's easy to sit there and roll in with some non-alcoholic beer to the environment because you're afraid to be like normal. And next thing you know, dude, you're slapping down a Michelob, dude, or whatever it is, dude, and you're pickled. And now you're naked running down the street high on cocaine, dude. You showed up at the Thanksgiving event with a 6-pack of non-alcoholic beer. You drank all your non-alcoholic beer. You reached in, and there it was, a nice cold beer. And you're like, well, that's fine, dude. I just drank like 6 non-alcoholic beers. Like, I'm not going to drink. And then you drink that one beer. And next thing you know, you've drank the whole bar. You've punched out the host. You've flipped over the turkey table. You've done a bunch of cocaine in the bathroom with the kids back home from college, and now you're running down the street naked, screaming insanities, and people are coming out of their doors to leave all normal because it's like 7:00 at night, right? Because turkey's usually early, and they're like, "What's wrong with that, dude? He's sober guy who showed up with non-alcoholic beer, isn't he, dude?" I'm Adam. I'm an alcoholic. Well, welcome, Adam, dude. And yeah, so be careful what you play with, dude. Be careful what you play with. These are not toys of a your bowl cut maintenance video changed my life. That's right on, TC, dude. Stoked to hear that. Yeah, dude. Well, people do all sorts of things to get through, dude. You got to remember, man, is one of the it's easy to get sober in your anonymity and your little apartment or your house and whatever like scene you got going on. It's easy to get sober and do that and go to meetings and do the whole thing. It's very difficult to be sober, newly sober especially, and show up at the Thanksgiving family event for the first time. Like that is a level of like jumping in the deep end, dude, because a lot of people get sober away from their home environment or whatever, and or they had families and they went to treatment or they did whatever they did, and then now it's Thanksgiving, and it's a super tricky thing because you in essence are trying on your new sober suit in front of people that like know you, dude. Like they know you as the lunatic. Because if you got sober, right? Like if you got sober and needed to get sober, and now you're going to a Thanksgiving dinner or a Christmas thing or a New Year's thing, and you're sober guy, right? Odds are you've been a really wasted dude at these things before. Like, or you wouldn't need to get sober. It sort of goes that way, that like the reason you are getting sober is that you were the dude who wasn't sober at the last one. So this will be your first time at one of these things as a sober person. And yeah, that's tricky, dude, because I get it. So so yeah, just be careful, man. Take a sober friend, dude. Take that take that lonely old timer in the back of the room with you to the Thanksgiving meal. This guy's my friend. Just that old ex-biker dude with the beard who's been sober for 50 years, dude. He's just got a bad attitude. Bring that guy with you. Let him deflect, dude. Let him show up with his AA bling and try to get your drunk uncle sober, dude. Let that dude do the dirty work, dude. Nothing will deflect from you more than some crusty, bitter, 30-year sober AA veteran, dude. Just bring that dude with you if you're newly sober to your Thanksgiving event, dude, and just point him at your drunk relative, dude, who can't seem to get it, dude. Yeah, just aim that dude for him. That guy. And just sit back and watch, man. So it's funny because I think on another level is if you're sober and you go back to you probably come from a family of people that get wasted. I remember this isn't like a Thanksgiving thing, man, but it stands out to me as when I was a kid, dude. I remember we like as kids, we remember some of this stuff, dude. These things. So I remember I used to go back to my grandparents on Grand Beach, Michigan, dude, and go for the summer and whatever, just go visit them and stuff. And they used to get like pickled on wild turkey, dude. No drinks before noon, though. No drinks before. They lived on like a golf course country club, dude, right? No drinks before noon, but then they would be getting pickled on wild turkey, dude. And I remembered like dinner. This one night, this dinner, and they were ham skied, dude. But I was a kid. I didn't know what was going on, dude. But I remember, dude, them are getting into this crazy argument, dude, at dinner. I think it was just me and them and maybe my mom and them just being pickled and out of their mind, and me as a kid just sitting there like, whoa, dude. Because I think if I recall my own like memory, I think I used to be pretty fascinated by the wild turkey bottle because it had the big turkey on it, dude, or the turkey, I mean, this was back in the 70s, dude. So it all looked a little different. But it always distinctly stands out as watching my grandparents getting pickled at an early age, man. And so, sometimes we got to go back to these family environments where like getting pickled and drinking heavily is the norm, and you're part of that DNA. But you somehow broke the cycle and got sober, and if that's your situation, I would highly advise rolling with a friend who's got some time. You know, rolling with a sober person, dude, because that's funny. There was this dude here who was God, man, I liked him, a real cool guy, dude. He was getting some time, he was doing things, got over a year, and he went back for some sort of family neighborhood holiday festivity, dude. Dude went, and I remember he was like super apprehensive about it, dude. And I was like, dude, like, you don't need to. He's like, I got to show it. I go, dude, I don't know, man. Like, the fact you even know you're apprehensive about it should be your sign that like probably don't want to do it. And if you're gonna do it, you should probably roll with someone like who's super sober, dude. I don't know. The dude went off the deep end, dude. Lost his job. He's a teacher, dude. Whole thing, dude, like imploded. Just couldn't go back to the heavily clanned out family gathering drink-a-thon as a sober person, and blew it, dude. Burned down his life again, dude. Had kids, the whole thing, dude. So it's no joke. It's if you're trying to get sober and you've actually broken the cycle of a genetically drinking clan of people, that you take it pretty seriously, dude. And that you safeguard yourself and probably bring a friend, man, who you can just lean into and just, I mean, it's not like you're gonna do anything. It's not like you gotta like hold their hand or like something. It's just like when you got someone that's got some time, man, and it's probably got nowhere to go, and you're like, dude, will you come listen? As an AAer, there's the AAers that like don't have families and stuff. And if you walked up to them and said, hey, look, man, I know you're not doing anything for Thanksgiving, dude. I got a gnarly family I gotta go back to, dude, or go see. Will you roll with me, dude? Be like, yeah, dude. They love that stuff, dude. Us alcoholics, we love that. So we love to watch car crashes, dude. Nothing is more entertaining to an alcoholic than going into like a setting like that and just sitting back and watching a bunch of people you don't know just get hammered and break out the dirty laundry, dude. Like, dude, it is priceless entertainment. It is the greatest entertainment possibly that you get in sobriety. So you're doing that person a favor, dude. They get a meal out of it. You get to stay sober. They get to be of service, and they get to watch just a human car crash in real time and just be like, wow, dude, like, thank God I'm sober, man. And like, aren't you stoked you're sober? Look at this bullshit. And then you got a bonding experience with it. And I think it's one of those things. I think people in the early sobriety or even deep sobriety going into family environments where there is alcohol is going to be a main component of it, should not travel alone, dude, unless you're super, super seasoned. Me, I don't care because the obsession's been removed. You know what I mean? If you know where you're at, most early sober people don't know where they're at yet. And that's the danger, dude. That's the danger. You go back to these situations and you want to blend, dude. You want to blend. You want to blend. That's why you got to not blend and not care about not blending. You're sober, dude. That's the beauty of it, dude. And you know, if and I guess this message goes out to the newly sober people who burn their lives down where they're going to be alone on Thanksgiving. Generally speaking, there's marathon meetings going on in your sober world. Like I know it, like in this community up here, there's usually everywhere I've been sober, like there's always marathon AA stuff going on at one of the clubhouses, dude. You don't need to sit at home alone as a newly sober dude who's totally fucked up their lives and be miserable. We're not a glum lot, dude. I highly advise, if you've got nowhere to be tomorrow and you're newly sober and all the people in your life have abandoned you because you suck as a drunk, go marathon up, man. There'll be food. There'll be a bunch of people that get it, and you'll laugh a bunch, dude, because it's about time you laugh, dude. And I think this Sober Wednesday is sort of dedicated to people in their first year of sobriety, dude. And because you know, here you are, dude. You've gotten sober somewhere between the last Thanksgiving and this Thanksgiving, and we don't, you know, there's an interesting song out there by the Cold War kids, dude. I got it on my playlist, and it gets into this, dude. it's one of my favorite. Like, I really like the song because it's just well done, dude. But um, but I think if you listen to it, it breaks off a lot. What is it? It's called. If you go check out this song by the Cold War Kids called "We Used to Vacation." We used to vacation. It's about a dad trying to get his shit back together after totally blowing it all on alcohol, and just the gnarliness of it, dude. And it's, you know what, man, is sometimes I think that, like, the advice I would give too is someone who's like on alone time because they burned their lives down, so they got to sit Thanksgiving out by themselves. Embrace the suck, dude. Really sit there and just sit in the suck and be like, this sucks, dude. This sucks. And why does this sucks? Because I suck. And get into it, man. Like, take a deep look at it. Don't run from it. I think that because the running from it is where the drink comes, right? Because if you're gonna run from why you're sitting alone on your first sober Thanksgiving, and your wife and your husband or your kids or your parents or whatever are off celebrating Thanksgiving without you, I think that's a great moment to embrace the suck, dude. To just go, this sucks, and look at it for real. Like, dig into it, man. Take a real look at it, because if you don't take a deep dive into that, if you have the opportunity to do that, you're gonna mask it all, and you're one step away from a drink, dude, right? Because that's what the unmanageability and the powerless of step one are all about, right? I was powerless over alcohol. My life became unmanageable. Well, here you are. You're sitting at home on a Thursday, not eating turkey with your loved ones. And that's okay. You know why that's okay? Because you made a decision between the last turkey day that you blew, or you were wasted out, or whatever, when your life was like somewhat like bolted together, and this one where it all fell apart and you had to get sober. So let this be the last shitty turkey day, dude. Let this be the bottom of turkey days, dude, or the bottom of Christmas or New Year's or whatever it is right now, right? Because we're in the holiday. They call it the trifecta, dude, the sober trifecta, dude, because people tend to lose their minds and get all like, "Whoa, dude, like, this sucks." Well, good. It should suck. It absolutely should suck. And the more you let it suck, the better it'll get down the line, dude, right? Because that's the thing, is it's supposed to suck in the beginning. And what I would say to this thing is what I was saying is the hardest part of sobriety is getting sober. But once you're sober, the easiest part of sobriety was getting sober, right? Like, maintaining your sobriety is gnarly. And so you need it to suck pretty hard in the beginning, so that when you get some time under your belt, you can look back and be like, wow, man, that sucked in the beginning, but look at my life now, dude. Like, if you got newly sober and you just went and were like finger popping on your first like Thanksgiving, like I don't know if that's a great thing, man, because where do you go from there, dude? So I think that if you're in your first year of sobriety and this is your first sober Thanksgiving, man, like, it's good if it sucks, dude. It's good if you're uncomfortable. It's good if you're nervous and you don't quite know what to do, dude. That's why you have the phone and all the numbers, and you got your sponsor, and you got all the stuff going on, so that you can navigate this moment, so you can do a navigation around the sun. Like, look, the whole key to sobriety is getting the first 365 days under your belt. Why? Because you went around the sun once, dude. If you're in the globe model, you went around the sun once, dude, right? And what is that? Why is that so important? Because you've experienced every day in the calendar year and its unique components, whether it be summertime or wintertime or Thanksgiving or 4th of July. You've done all 365 days, and you got it. You nailed it. Now you're on 366, and you're like, dude, I did a year, dude. I did New Year's, I did 4th of July, I did my birthday, I did my mom's birthday. I did all these things. I did every one of those events, and I maintained my sobriety for a year. So if you can do a year, you can do a day. And that's all sobriety is day. So if you're shaky and nervous about like whatever it is tomorrow on Thanksgiving or tonight even or the next day or Christmas or whatever, all you got to do is get through the day without a drink. You can drink tomorrow. Like that's look, one thing that you can allow yourself to have in this game is tomorrow I'm going to have a drink. Because tomorrow's never going to come, dude. And the sooner you realize that tomorrow, it's always going to be today. Like that's the rub. It'll always be today. It'll never be tomorrow. So you're allowed to drink tomorrow, dude. Go ahead, dude. Just go, I'm going to get through all this bullshit today. I'm going to get through my night and this crazy environment and the whole thing. And then tomorrow, man, when I get up, I'm going to drink. And then you're going to get up and it's going to be today. And you're going to be like, I made it through yesterday, right? So it's this thing of you got to trick yourself a little bit, dude. You got to play some games with your head. You got to allow yourself. Look, why does the alcoholic say take it one day at a time? Dude, the concept of being sober for the rest of my life, that is unmanageable, dude. That is insane thought pattern, dude. If I'd gotten sober, I'm thinking about my first Thanksgiving sober, right? Let me try to figure out where I was for my first sober Thanksgiving, dude. Where was I, dude? So I get sober. Where am I? Oh, dude, Billy died, dude. Oh, dude, I forgot about that, dude. I think today is the 15-year anniversary of YouTube, by the way. I just dawned on me, dude. I think that's my date, dude. Wait a second. I gotta check something out. Sorry, dude. We just fully so you know that my whole YouTube channel comes from my buddy Billy Carodi, who died right around this time of year 15 years ago. And when is my view your channel, dude? Where is it, dude? More. When did it? Where there's a date on the thing. When does it start, dude? I forgot where it is. Anyone know you can look at it on the thing. Anyway, I think it's literally today. It's my 15-year anniversary of YouTubing. Something like that. And so no one's deleting your comments, Stefan. Absolutely nobody's deleted yours. There's no deleted comments in the stream, dude. Yeah, dude. Back when I used to, so I think today. So anyway, so I don't know, what was I getting at, dude? Oh, if you had told me my first sober Thanksgiving, dude, you're gonna be sober 15 years from now on Thanksgiving. On November 27th, 15 years from now, you're going to be sober, dude. I would have been like, what are you talking about, dude? 15 years? Like, suck a bag, dude. It's not, no, dude. So we can't live like that. As I can, if look, all I got is today, dude. I can maintain my sobriety today, dude. And let me tell you, life's complicated, dude. November 30th, 2000. Is it November 30th? Okay. I know Billy died right around now, dude. Okay, thank you. The moment ends, dude. November 30th, dude. We're coming up on the 15-year anniversary, dude. That's 15, 14. Start of I never understand when the 15-year is when the year starts, right? I always get so whacked on that. Or is it 14? I don't know. I'm coming up on 14 years of YouTube, 15 years of sobriety. I think that's what it is. I think it's 14 years of YouTube, 15 years of sobriety. Anyway, does it though? Because I've gone to 6 or 7 months sober and with levels. All right, Skirtlet's 92. does it though. Maybe some people just shouldn't be sober. I don't know, dude. Yeah, but are you going to meetings though, dude? True. I just feel like that was the point if I'm zero miserable. But are you going, Sir Talks a Lot 92? Are you going to meetings, dude? Are you working the program, dude? Because of course you're miserable, dude. If you're not going to like doing the deal and getting with some sober people, like God, sounds miserable, dude. Like I don't like again. I mean it's to each his own, but I don't know how anyone gets sober without immersing themselves in that thing, dude. I mean, again, this isn't an AA meeting, but like, I don't know how you get sober without doing the work, going to the meetings and lashing yourself to the mast. As Tom Fly said, man, lash yourself to the mast, dude. And so I don't know. I mean, people can get sober, but again, we're trying to have a spiritual experience, right? I'm not trying to not drink. Like, listen, if sobriety was about not drinking alcohol or doing drugs, and that's all it was about, I would have gotten loaded again, dude. The kick is it's about a relationship with God or a higher power of your understanding, whatever it is for you, dude. So that's the reward, right? Yeah, you get sober because the substances are destroying your reality. But what keeps you maintaining your sobriety is the spiritual connectivity with God, man, and being of service and all these things that we do to maintain our sobriety. So how do we get from I'm not going to drink anymore to that? Well, we got to surround ourselves by lunatics with blue books, dude. I mean, just be super clear. Like, I don't know how else you do it. I mean, I know people, but they're miserable. They're pissed. I did not get sober to be miserable, dude. I didn't get sober to be happy either, dude. Like, let's be clear. Like, I got sober because I wanted my life to stop sucking, dude. So like when I got sober, like I was just like, I'm down. Like, let's do it, dude. If you had told me in the beginning when that first happened, that you're gonna have like a relationship with God and you're gonna turn your will and your life over to the care of God, I would have been like, what are you talking about, man? I just want to stop drinking, dude. I just want to stop being miserable, dude. And you do that. You detox your body, stop drinking. But if you don't fill that spot, like if you don't fill your glass full of something, you're going to drink again, dude. You got to fill your glass with something new, dude. And that's what why it's a spiritual program, dude. Because just sitting around with an empty glass and being like, oh, I'm sober, dude. That's just abstinence, dude. Sobriety is about a deeper commitment to finding an inner peace, dude. And it's not like life gets easy. Life's burly, dude. So gnarly, dude. It's out of control, man. And no, it's about understanding that just because you put the drink down, you got to put something back in the cup, dude. Once you stop pouring booze down your face or snorting coke or whatever it is, you got to replace it with something. And if you don't replace it with something spiritual that's going to fulfill you and bring you an inner peace and new understanding of this reality, dude, you're just sitting around waiting to have a drink, dude. So like, what's the point of not drinking? Like, again, is that's the thing. And that's why people, they don't want to do the work. I don't want to go to meetings. I don't know, dude. Like, I don't either, dude. But like, I'm almost coming up on 15 years of sobriety. I didn't get 15 years of sobriety by saying no to stuff. I was like, fine, let's go to meetings, dude. And I loved it for a while. Like, I didn't dig it in the beginning. And then I loved it for a while. And then I didn't dig it for a while. And then I like it. Like, I went up to Santa Cruz, dude. I went and slammed meetings every night when I was on that surf trip. Loved it, dude. Met a bunch of cool dudes, went to a bunch of cool meetings, did the thing. I hate AA, dude. But I'm like, dude, but it works, dude. Like, that's what I'm saying is like, as much as I don't like it, I can't deny, dude, I didn't stay sober for 15 years by just sitting around with an empty glass, clutching it like it was no, dude, I filled my empty glass with a bunch of being of service, a bunch of other people, doing a bunch of work on myself and inventories and looking inside and figuring out how the person in the mirror is, until I became that I loved the person in the mirror, because like I'm all fucked up, and if God can love me, so can I, right? And so again, is if you're not drinking or doing drugs and you're miserable, it's probably because you're not doing the work, man. And if you're not doing the work, dude, you're destined to end that miserable state of existence with some drinking. And then you're really screwed, dude. Because let's not forget that alcoholism is a progressive disease. So while your body wasn't drinking, dude, so you drink, but now your body's out of tune, dude. And then you get extra hamsky, dude, because you don't have your tolerances anymore, dude. And then so again, I don't know why people are so reluctant to. I mean, I do. It's called alcoholism, dude. God, you know that the alcoholic being is an imposter. It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, right? Like it's pretending to be you, so it doesn't want you getting sober. It wants you to stop drinking so that it can beat you in the back of the head when you realize you can't maintain your sobriety by just stopping drinking. And then it's got you, dude. See, that's the trick with alcoholism. If you think one of the leading causes of death in our society is just, I just stop. Dude, they tried to look at prohibition. They try, just stop making it, dude. We'll just stop making it, dude. Dude, like on my final rant here, dude, because I always get to this, dude. If you're toying around with alcoholism and you're trying to get sober and you're not taking it deadly serious, like this shit will kill you, think about it this way. Think about our country and what it took to get a constitutional amendment passed to stop the manufacture of alcohol, called prohibition. And think about how insane it was that 4 years later, they passed another constitutional amendment repealing that so that people could get pickled again, dude, because the pickling was so serious, dude. Look, this is a deadly, fucked up state of being, man. And if you want to just sit around with an empty glass and like, fuck that, dude. Go get sober, dude. And that's why I read that chapter 5 at how it works. It's not that hard. Like I said, the easiest part about getting sober is not drinking, dude. The hardest part about getting sober is not drinking, dude. But when you're sober, you will realize the hardest part of sobriety is maintaining it, dude. And so abstinence don't cut it. Like again, if abstinence is miserable because you didn't solve the problem, you weren't drinking because you had a problem with alcohol. Yeah, you have an allergy of the body and all that kind of stuff. You were drinking because something inside of you was fucked up and miserable and shitty, and you were like, solve that problem with the spirits. And it didn't make anything any better, dude. It just masked it. So when you take the booze away, all you're left with is all your problems, dude. You got to solve the problems, dude, which is what, the people with the blue books do, dude, in the little rooms with the squeaky chairs and the styrofoam coffee cups. That's what we're doing, dude. We're not sitting there like playing Dungeons and Dragons, dude. That's not what we're doing. We are busy saving our lives, for without this daily reprieve, I am dead. But with that said, I'm going to go hang out with my family, do all that stuff. And I used to do the suicide prevention numbers and all that stuff. What is it? What is the suicide prevention 3-digit 911? That's the day. 41. What is the suicide number, dude? Because Don't do that. Don't do that just because you can't stop drinking and you're trying and you want to drink. Don't do yourself in. Whatever you do, don't kill yourself. And whatever you 7-Eleven, dude. Is that it? Or is that a quick? And another thing, please don't drink and drive. It's 2024. There's no excuse. If you are gonna drink, please don't drive. Like seriously, dude. Just call some 988 and 988. If you got suicidal thoughts on this Thanksgiving, please call 988. Get some help. Don't make a temporary situation permanent. And please don't drink and drive, dude. Whatever you do, stay out of the vehicles if you've been pickled, dude. And with that said, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Everyone have a beautiful, wonderful Thanksgiving tomorrow. And we'll be back on Friday, dude, knocking it out of the park with our insanity, dude. And God has blessed us. Good night.